Hi, I'm Philip Markin, and I am the facilitator who is supporting the facilitation of the York Cultural Values sense-making process. I think it's one of only a few examples of where such a detailed survey of cultural values have been conducted on a systemic citywide scale, as opposed to just within an organisation or within a team. And so it was really essential to have a sense-making process so we could start to look at the findings of the survey, which were conducted last year, and really start to turn it into something that people could start to act on. And at the start of it, because it was such a complex, big picture survey covering such a wide area, the whole city of York, it seemed like it was difficult to find the right place to start. And we started first with individuals and talked about what their personal values were, what were the personal values which they wished they could behave according to, and we worked forwards from there. So phase one was all about people's personal values and what they held dear, what they wanted to exhibit, like compassion, kindness, making a difference. And so we started with people's personal values. Then we moved on to looking at the barriers which really prevented people from acting according to those personal values in a day-to-day setting. And we did some work around challenge. So stage two was all around working with challenge. And then stage three was all about how do we start to create the conditions for the values that we want to see in the world actually having an opportunity to manifest. So it was about designing projects from the beginning so that those desired values could really have an opportunity to flourish and be one of the foundation stones for how that project progresses. And now moving into stage four, we're going to look at how we zoom that out and really look at it in a more strategic way. So we've gone from personal, working through barriers, into designing projects from the beginning so we can include the conditions for those desired values to really be an option. And now we're going to start zooming out and looking at it in a bigger system strategic perspective. So one of the key elements of this whole process is that it had to be done in a participatory way. And that means working with human beings so we can really listen to their wisdom and make sense together in a participatory fashion. And the other element was that we really wanted to do it in a capacity building way. And this meant bringing in skills, doing some learning with members of the MCN network so they themselves could take on a role as part of a facilitation team and learn by doing. So hopefully, by the end of this process, not only will we have made sense of the results of the cultural values survey, but we'll also have built the capacity for people to start doing this work locally in their own right. And this has been partly due to the pandemic, but also we realized that it was a very good way for maximizing people's opportunity to participate because the sessions themselves are maybe 1.5 hours to 3 hours long. So they varied in length. And actually, sometimes it's much more realistic for people to attend a 1.5 hour Zoom session than it is for them to trek across the city and find themselves in a room and then go home again. However, all of this seeks to culminate in October with a Community of Practice Day, which will be a full day-long event for people to come to a place, be together, eat together, do some workshops, learning, celebrating what they've learned and also what they're about to do together in the future based on what they've made sense of in the last 4 or 5 months. My message to anybody who wants to get involved is please do. We really, really need the maximum amount of participation because this is really going to make a difference if as many people as possible participate in it. All different parts and sectors of the city, we really need maximum involvement so that we can really take this to the next level and see what values we share and how we can really make them a part of the projects that we're creating.